Good morning, traders. How are you? This is Rick with Hit and Run Candlesticks. I want to welcome you to my Thursday video blog. We'll take a look at some trade ideas. Hey, and I want to remind everybody that when I look at trade ideas and I add them to my watch list, they are added for up to 2 weeks. So it may be on the watch list 2 weeks before I even act on it. Say you put one out today, if it doesn't act great today, that's okay. It's still on the watch list as long as it meets my criteria. And then as I'm alerted that it's starting to work, that's when I will look to get in on that position. So somebody asked me that the other day, and I just want to remind you that, we've got about a 2 week time frame before we look at possibly even buying the chart. Now, as far as once you buy the chart, I trade with goals, and I'm going to create, we're going to dedicate some time to that, and I'll be talking to you, especially as we're coming up to the new Road to Wealth account and doubling our money. I'll show you how I'll be doing that, and I will definitely talk about the goals and taking profits off at those goals. But today's Thursday. Hey, let's take a look at some charts. All right, so first I'd like to take a look at VXX. Let's start with that. Here's the daily chart. And the daily chart, we're still in this downtrend. Price is underneath our red dots. That's indicating that there is no buy signal there. Not for me anyway. No buy signal. I don't care what it does down here. There's no buy signal until we get over the red dots and they actually turn green. Now, day before yesterday, we had a pretty nice little engulf here that so far has not shown any follow through. And I've drawn a little line here, 26. We'll call it 27. Now, if we start to move over 27, that's still not going to give us green dots, not unless it just jumps right up. But what will happen is I will start to look at possibly a trade there on anticipation of jumping over that downtrend line. But my stop will be extremely tight, just in case we just continue to fail, just like we have every time we attempt to get through. So another thing too is if we start to see VXX creep up just a little bit, that might be a good sign that the market is getting a little tired and weary, needs a bit more of a pullback than maybe what we're used to. So VXX is a very important chart to me. I watch it pretty much all day long. It's on one of my monitors, and I do keep a close eye on it. FNGU acted pretty good yesterday. The 3-bar pattern here is not the most perfect Morningstar pattern there is, but it is giving us the same indication of a Morningstar signal. We have this line right here, 149.90-ish, right in there. That's what we're going to need to get over before we get to 162.60 up here. So watch that. Keep an eye on price. Is price going to just keep bumping its head right here, or is price going to bounce through? So we'll keep an eye on that. That'll be pretty important. Taking a look at the SPY, just a slow grind up. That's exactly what we've got right now. A slow, painful for some folks, grind up where we grind, and in the midst of that grind, there's that grind back. I mean, that's what the grind is. That slow grind up is where we have that grind up, and then all of a sudden pulls back like that. And then it just grinds, and here we are now. We ground down day before yesterday, and yesterday we ground back to the upside. So I will remain bullish as long as the trend stays intact. And the trend that I'm looking for, the best way I could describe it is just ask these questions right here. What is price doing in relationship to the T line? The T line is that black line right there. And what is the T line and price doing in relationship to the trend indicator? What is it doing? And here, that would tell us the sellers have taken control. Right now, the bulls have control. See right here? The sellers have control, and now the bulls have control. So when I see that change to where the sellers have control, so price would be under the 17, the T line would be under the 17, and the 17 by then would have turned red. That's our trend indicator right there. Trend indicator is nothing more than the 17 exponential moving average. So when I see that happen, then we will look at some short trades. So there will be a period. There will be, if someday it's going to happen. I can't say it's going to be today, tomorrow, the next day, but someday it will happen. And when it does, there will be a period in here where, sure, we may pull in some short trades, just with the market moving down, but we'll become more short once we get down through that area right there. Until then, let's just look at the bullish trades. They're the ones working. It's hard to short this market with Fed money and coming into the market. It really is. It's hard to short the market when the market is doing so well here. It's also very hard to short the market when FNGU is acting so well. Transports, IYT. This is a great looking chart on transports. Sure, maybe a little tired up here, but a far cry from, hey, let's short this market. So transports are doing excellent. SMH, look at SMH. Magnificent chart. So we just can't be shorting this market when we have charts like this. All right, let's take a look. Let me get all set up here. Add some trade ideas. There we go. Hey, let me grab some coffee. Be right back. Okay, that was good coffee. All right, so PHM, Pluto Homes. Pluto Homes is doing quite well. Here let's make this green, I guess. You see this little top right here, and we have broken out of the top. So this is a whole new run now that we're getting into. We've rallied up. Here we've pulled back to the T line, and it looks like we're consolidating right in here. Quite nice. Nice little consolidation right there. So what I'm looking at is on follow through. So basically a breakout of these candles. I'm looking for 47.30 up here, and then possibly 52.20 up in this area. There's no shame in taking profits up somewhere in the middle. No shame at all. That's a pretty penny up there. 15%. So even in the middle up here, around 9-10%. If your trade plan says to take some profits off, well, let's do that. Another one, KHC ended up with a pretty nice candle yesterday. Kind of what I really like about this is see how we've rallied here from a low to a high, and then see that little pullback right there. And then we broke out. So we have a little flag here. We broke out. We're above the trend indicator. The trend indicator is red right in there. So that's looking pretty sharp to me. Now, we do have, I'm going to put another line in here, something like that. All right, I want to get this candle. I don't much care about that doji up there. It's this candle right here. So I think what I would be looking for is follow through from this point. Follow through, and I think if we put the buy box up here like this, that's probably what I'll be looking for. So this is going to have to pop up like this, and it may take, remember what I said earlier, it may take 2 weeks. So it's on the watch list. We may sit here like this for 3, 4, 5 days or longer before it actually breaks out. Then when it does, that's when we pounce on it. We like to have pullbacks. We like to have a rest, proof that it can hold, and that's where we'll be looking to make that trade. So up in this green box, that's what we call the buy box area. So that's what I would really like to see on KHC. Masco Building Materials. Nice little consolidation right here, right now. So let's box that in. I just want to show you that right there. That's pretty nice consolidation. Right in here, there's consolidation, and we broke out, and here's the rest. Let's extend this over. There we go. So right now, I wouldn't have a problem buying inside the buy box here. My stop would have to be fairly low, so maybe what is it? The low there, 56.98. So I'd probably go 56.95 for a stop area, the low of this candle. And then, of course, on a breakout, that's where you start making money. And there's, for somebody that wants to wait, a trader that wants to wait till it actually breaks out and buy up here, I think that's a great trade. I think that's a great idea. You just have to adjust your stop. I don't think you can use this low for a stop if you're going to buy up in here. You need to tighten your stop up. So we're looking for 62, 63, and then about 68 and a little bit of change up here on MAS. CL. I know a lot of people in the trading room bought some CL yesterday. I know one person that bought it and sold it, made some money. I like the CL chart pattern. J-hook continuation pattern is what I'm seeing. So we have this low to a high, and then we come down, and you can see that how that J-hook is being made, that little rounded bottom right there. So what I'm looking for is this to continue up. Now, it's going to have to break out, no doubt about it. It's going to have to break out here. So let's do this line. We're going to put a line on that right there. There we go. So for me, I see buying in this area right there. And I also see waiting for the breakout and then buying up into this area here. Now, if I buy up into this area here, I might not pay attention to the 78, 80 area. As long as price action shows that it's going to move up there, and what I mean by not pay attention, I'm probably not going to take any kind of profits off the table. It's too close. But then I'll be looking for that 80, 50 area, and that's the trade I would probably be looking at if I bought up in this area here. But down here, this might give you enough room to take a little base hit off the table. And we do love our base hits. Let me ask just for a second here. When I'm saying base hits, depending on your account size, okay, everyone's account size is different. So we just can't put one number up there and say, hey, that's a base hit. For somebody with a $5,000 account, man, $50 might be a beautiful base hit. Somebody with a $20,000 account, maybe your trade, I don't know what your trade plan is. So, I don't know what your expectations are. So all this kind of changes. But say $20,000, $200, maybe that's a base hit you're looking for. Somebody that has $100,000 account, well, your base hits might be in that, say 1,000. I'll say 1,000 to 2,000 area. You've got a little more room you can work, a little more room in there. So, man, it doesn't take much to make these kind of numbers. When you're trading here. So, anyway, that's one of the things we'll be talking about on the Road to Wealth clinic that I'll be putting on here soon. And well, anyway, I'll talk more about that. But man, base hits rule. They absolutely rule. Fastenal has been fascinating. That's been a big topic here in the trading room. A lot of people trading it, a lot of people looking at it, a lot of folks working it. Beautiful trend here. You can't argue at all about the trend. Trend's looking really good here. Here, let's just bring that down, and there we go. It's a nice trend up. And here we've gone a little bit sideways, a little bit of a rest now. So that's where we start looking, that buy box area. Let me bring that up just a little bit. So anything into this area as we walk toward that trend line, we'll be watching for the buy signal, price action, the alert, and then with follow through from there, about 50.30, then about $53 up here on Fastenal. DHI is a nice looking trade here. Look how this, I'm going to put a little box right there. And let's just extend it over. See that little tight trading range right there. Now we call that this is a pop out of the box setup. So here we're putting in this tight narrow range, and see how we broke out. That's the pop. So box pop, there's the pop out of the box. This right now, yesterday going into the close was a buy. It looks like we're going to open up about the same area. So this is a buy relatively early today. I'll be looking at this as a possible entry on here. November earnings, so no harm on that. Beautiful trend, 79.90, 89.60 up there as possible targets. eBay. We're really scoping out eBay. Now, I think eBay needs to move a little higher. We have a little morning star signal here. So really what I want to see is follow through on the morning star signal. So let's put a line up. I'll be interested above yesterday's body. About 55.50 is where I'll be interested. And where I really think it takes off is once it gets through about this 56, 57 area right there. So I'll be interested in here. I'll be interested right in this area. 59.20 might be a nice little target area. And then once we get through that, I'm thinking 65.50 all the way up here, just bypass this top. FTV. Now, FTV's had a pretty nice run here. Let's mark this. You can see that it is just come up pretty nice here. And we broke out, right? So now what I would be looking for is that consolidation here. And then I'd like to buy inside this area. So I'm going to actually make that bigger there. So now that it's broken out, if you're in it, great job for somebody who's in it. Now what I'm going to look for is a little bit of testing here, inside day on the candle. Just test in here for a day or two. Prove to me you can hold. And then when we're alerted that the buyers are stepping in, then that's when I will try to step in myself on FTV. SWKS, that's trying to move up pretty nice. Nice little J-hook continuation pattern. First of all, you can see that we broke out here, and then up we go, and here we're moving down, and that would be the little J-hook setup right there that we're looking for. And we've got a good little start right in here. Here's a 2-day chart, and you can see where the flag really starts to show up. A little morning star type candle right in there. There's a 3-day chart. Nice little bullish Hiromi in this one. SWKS, 158.5, 171.5 up there. And CLAC, C-L-A-C, CLAC. Now, I think we need to think about breaking out. So once this breaks out, I think that becomes a pretty decent trade. If somebody's already in it, I'm jealous. Good for you. That's a nice entry there. So if I could possibly get an entry inside this little area, I think that would be a plus. Otherwise, I'm going to have to wait till it breaks out. And break out here, little buy box up there. And then we'll look at 220.75 and then 232.80 up there. All right, that's the trade ideas. I have no trades to report. I think you all know I'm restarting the Road to Wealth account. And so what I've done is, in 2018, I started the Road to Wealth account with $5,000, grew it to about $70,000, a little more. Well, I've since closed that account, cashed out that money. I'm going to go spend it on something. And I have another account that has $10,000 in it. So what I'm going to try to do is grow the account from 10,000. Let's do this here, from 10K to 20,000 in 12 months, and kind of secretly. I say that as a joke. It's on the video. It's not a secret. But, kind of a secret, private little goal is to actually turn it into 3K. So we'll see if we can do that. But this is my number one goal that I'm going to shoot for. Turning 10 into 20 in 12 months. Possibly we get to 30. Maybe we get something in the middle here. Maybe we do that. But anyway, I'll be giving updates on that. And if anybody is interested, keep a watch out soon. You'll be notified of a clinic if you're interested in. And I'll show you just exactly how I'm going to be doing that. And we'll have Friday updates as well, where we get together. But anyway, I'll let you know more on that in a few days to come. So with that said, hey everyone, happy Thursday. Thank you so much for watching the video blog, and I will see you in the trading room today. You guys all take care.